You're listening to The New Jazz Thing. My name is Vince Outlaw, and it's that time in the show when we take a look at what's new at Jazz 88. Coming up on The New Jazz Thing, we've got music from one of those discs in the Jazz Week Jazz album charts, and we'll be telling you about that in just a second. But here we're looking at what's new at Jazz 88, and we're starting out at jazz88.org this evening. And if you go to jazz88.org, right there is a nice mugshot of Mike Garson. He's coming to Jazz Live with Lori Bell on November 12th, and all the information that you need there, including the band, how to get your parking permit, and most importantly, how to make your reservation for that if you're a Jazz 88.3 member. You know Jazz 88.3 members get a free pair of tickets to those shows, so you can find out all about that there. And then a really interesting thing there on jazz88.org, Family Arts and Literacy Night, as November 21st. Information about a fantastic show, Family Arts and Literacy Night, Fascinating Rhythm, at the Salvation Army Kroc Center on November 21st. All the information there. Our Artist of the Week is Russell Malone. There's a great video there of our portrait in jazz. And then also on that homepage is the new Jazz 88 poll. When is your favorite time of day to listen to Jazz 88.3? And I'm hoping you're going to click the little radio button there. That's what that's called Evenings. That's when the New Jazz Thing is on. We're here in the evenings, and that's there on the homepage. You can get information about the Blues Jam and the Sunday Night Jazz Jam and more. There's a great article linked on the page from the blog, Creative Music in Sorrento Valley, which also has a tie-in with the show tonight, with information about an artist who's going to be playing tomorrow night in Jazz 88, including the New Jazz Thing. Is going to be out at the Loft. So information out there. We're going to be talking about that a little bit later, but that's all out there on jazz88.org. If you go out to the blog, you can find out what's happening on the New Jazz Thing with links to things like the Jazz Week Jazz album charts, the new, and you can get a whole listing of what we're adding to the Jazz 88 music charts each week right there on the jazz88.org blog. Go on over to the Jazz 88 Speakeasy, and what's new there includes all of the latest shows from the Big Band Brunch, Blues Up Front, Every Shade of Blue, Johnny D's Jazz Journal, and more. And then scrolling down a little bit more, you get to things like the Portrait in Jazz with Russell Malone, the full hour of that. And then last week's New Jazz Thing interview with the #1 artist, again, I'm giving you a hint on that, in jazz, Gregory Porter. And an interview we did last week with him. All of those are out there on the Jazz 88 Speakeasy. And then you can cruise out to our Facebook page, where we link to lots of things. You get updates on everything that's going on at Jazz 88, and on our Twitter feed also. And all of that is what's new at jazz88.org. You can find a replay of what's new at jazz88.org on the Jazz 88 blog. Just look for the New Jazz Thing. We post a video of that out there on the jazz88.org blog at jazz88.org/blog. And you can find out more about the New Jazz Thing every Monday from 6 to 8 p.m. Pacific Time at jazz88.org/the New Jazz Thing. Continuing on with new music, this one is a preview of what's happening in just a few minutes here on the New Jazz Thing. It's the Jazz Week Jazz album charts. This is the biggest gainer on the Jazz Week Jazz album charts, moving from 122 to 38. This is the Wide Hive Players from the new disc Turnstile, and a composition called Stacking Wax. It's all about the new on the New Jazz Thing, Jazz 88.3. Jazz88.org is the place, and this is the New Jazz Thing.